Welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Gonna dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Why, hey there. Welcome to episode 230 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Thank you for lending me your ears today. I appreciate that. I know you have lots of choices of podcasts to listen to, so I appreciate you making my podcast one of them. If you are enjoying the podcast, though, I'd love you to take a screenshot and share it on your socials and maybe tag me, because I would love to get to know you just like you're getting to know me a little bit by listening to this podcast and perhaps even following along on socials. Don't forget, if there's anything mentioned in this podcast, that a link or a quote or anything that you want to find out more information about, you can find it in the show notes, which you'll find at all the W's, social media and marketing.com.au/230. Just before we get into today's episode, though, did you have a listen to last week's episode? I had Natalie Hall on last week, a great guest with some great conversations around mindset and money and well-being. If you haven't listened to that one, it's a great one to go and listen to, and of course take some action on so early in the new year. So head back there and listen to episode 229, I think that will be. Because this is 230, so it must be 229. All right, beautiful. Let's get on to today's episode. I'm just going to rewind the clock a tiny bit, though. You may remember last year that I was involved in doing the Big Small Business Survey with some other remarkable thought leaders in Australia. The results of this survey were really quite varied, I must say, and some were not surprising at all. I was kind of like, yep, that's what I would expect. And some were like, really? Seriously? Was my reaction to some of the results that came through. But of course, it's not enough just to do the survey. It's now up to me and the others that were involved to use that data to help make a change. And of course, for me, to help make your life, your business life, simpler. And one way that I can help do that is through the Small Business Made Simple podcast, talking to the few thousand that tune in every single week. So over the next few weeks, I thought, maybe over the next few weeks, it may be over the next few months, or it might even be for the next 12 months. I'm going to pick parts of the survey and hone in on them and see what I can do to help, what advice and knowledge that I can share and get guests on to talk about other parts of the survey, because there was like pricing and employing and well-being. They're all things that perhaps I'm not the expert to chat about. But today I'm going to knock off the biggest one. So the top challenge for small business owners, according to the Big Small Business Survey 2022, was understanding the best way to grow their business. 36.54% of those who completed the survey chose this from the list of challenges in the survey. So this was the top challenge that people put down through the survey, which I thought was really interesting. But I thought, well, today let's dig in. What are the best ways to grow your business in 2023? How can I help you understand the best way to grow your business? So let's dive in. Okay, so number one, focus on building a strong online presence. Having a professional website and active social media accounts, positive online reviews can all help attract new customers and build trust with existing ones. My second point, and if you're a long-time listener, you will know this one. Network, network, network. Your net worth is totally and 100% related to your network. So where is your network? Maybe you need to attend more local business events, join industry groups, join associations, connect with other small business owners, build relationships, do partnerships, do collaborations with other small business owners that can lead to new business opportunities and valuable partnerships. The third way that I think that I think. The third way that is one of the best ways to grow your business is continuously assess and improve your products and services. Listen to your customers' feedback. Stay up to date with industry trends. Sign up for people's newsletters. Do your research online. Make changes that are needed. By constantly striving to improve, you'll stand out from your competition and also retain customers for the long term. We all know that it's 6 times more expensive to get a new customer than what it is to retain an old customer. So you've got to make sure you are nurturing and retaining the customers that already know, like, and trust you. Of course, remembering that it takes time and effort to grow a business, but by implementing these strategies, you'll be well on your way to success. And in fact, here's 2 more ways to grow your business. Number 4, utilize digital marketing strategies. Invest in targeted advertising on social media platforms. Make sure search engines know who you are, what you want to be famous for. Think about your websites. Think about your website as a way to reach new customers. Consider using email marketing, investing in SEO, investing in paid searches to generate leads and drive more traffic to your website. And number 5, consider expanding your product or servicing. I'll say that again. Consider expanding your product or service offering. I'm trying to say these words so fast, they're running together. So consider expanding your offerings. Diversifying your offerings can help you reach new customers, increase revenue, reduce your reliance on a single source of income. You'll remember from my podcast, which was, from memory, episode 226, where I was talking about all the things that I've learned from a pandemic, the business lessons from a pandemic. And some of those lessons were around making sure you have more than one income stream. So again, this is what's important to survive. Have a think about developing new products or adding new services or entering new markets, because what we want to do is listen to our prospects and listen to what our customers want and build a business around that. You can have the best business idea, but if no one wants to buy your product or your service, then your business just simply isn't going to survive. Remember, we always need to keep an open mind and be willing to adapt and change as needed. The business environment is constantly evolving, and making sure we stay flexible and responsive, we'll be able to take advantage of new opportunities as they arrive. One of the things that small business owners have over and above big business or the big end of town is our ability to be responsive really quick, to move with market trends at super lightning speed, because we are the business owner. We get to make these, we get to take action as quickly as we want to. Unfortunately, there's no magic bullet, no startling idea, thought, or strategy I can give you that I can say this is how you grow your business. There are 5 really great points that I just gave you, but ultimately, it's about consistency, it's about patience, it's about self-belief, it's about being adaptable and flexible. And this should keep you alive in any climate, especially if you listen to the news or to the economists at the moment. 2023 is going to be a tougher year, which seems quite unbelievable. I'm not quite sure it can get any tougher. But, these are the things you need to be thinking of. And in the words of Peter Drucker, remember, there is only 2 things in business: marketing and innovation. The rest is just stuff. So make marketing a priority and innovate where you can, and innovate by listening to what your customers and your prospects are after from you in your zone of genius, and of course making sure that they align with what it is that you want to be famous for. So do you have any thoughts or feelings or questions or queries around understanding the best way to grow your business? I've given you 5 tips there. I know there's a gazillion out there. If you type something like that into Google, you'll get all sorts of results. But I'd really like to know what you think. What do you think? Do you have any great suggestions on ways to continually grow your business in this economic climate? If you do, get in touch. I would love to use them on the podcast, or of course you can talk about them in the Facebook group, the Like-Minded Business Owners Facebook group. But that is all I've got for you for episode 230. I will see you next week for episode 231. If you are loving this podcast, though, can I ask you a sneaky favour? Could you take 30 seconds, maybe 60 seconds to leave a rating and review? One of my goals this year is to grow the reach of this podcast and help more small business owners just like yourself. And having reviews, like I said, up in point 2, I think it was. No, I think it was actually 0.3. No, it was actually 0.1. Goodness me, I need to relook at what I have written here. So 0.1 was all about ensuring you have positive reviews to attract new customers and build relationships with existing ones. That's one of the ways that you can help me, is by leaving a rating and review for this podcast. Anyway, I'm really going to go this time. If we're not hanging out on social, let's get social on social. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or of course LinkedIn. But whatever you do, remember, my small business peep, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small.
No time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yorta Yorta people, on which I record this podcast and conduct my business today, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend this respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today as well.